Hey, Happy New Year's everybody. So this video I'm going to share something pretty personal. It's a hard truth that I haven't wanted to admit to myself. I've been debating whether I really want to make this public, but ultimately I think these types of videos are the most helpful because it shows the true, the true human experience. Everything is not always amazing, and I think that is really helpful for people to see the whole breadth of the human experience instead of being in this bubble online where it looks like everyone is having an incredible time all the time, and then you wonder like what's wrong with you. I've suspected for years that I probably could be diagnosed as bipolar 2 with hypomania and depression, but it's something that I've not really wanted to think about, especially the medication part. I've been pretty adverse to just medications of any kind. But over the last couple of years, as I've really done a lot more meditation, a lot more introspection, a lot more self-work, I've really first had to confront the fact that there's something very deep within that I just don't feel okay. Most of the time, I don't feel okay. So my experience over Christmas and New Year's really showed me okay, this is time. I've got to do something about this. I've got to take care of it. So over Christmas, went down to Phi and had a really nice time down there. Beautiful beaches and just really relaxing. Saw one of the most beautiful sunsets of my life on Railay Beach. And I had a ton of energy. I was very hopeful about my life. Everything was going really well, and I just felt great. Came back around New Year's, and I just completely, it was like one day, and I lost all of my energy, lost all of my motivation, my drive. Anxiety went from a 0 to where I could go talk to anybody to 100 where I didn't want to get out of the house. I started ordering food from Grab because I didn't want to walk outside to go get food. And that was just such a dramatic 180 shift, and then my sleep schedule went out the window. I, within a week, went from having a normal sleep schedule to staying up until 4 or 5 in the morning, doing nothing, just being glued and addicted to my phone, and then sleeping until 4, 5, 6 p.m. in the afternoon. So it was really crazy how things just flipped. And then I was having to move out of my old room and into this new room. So I said, all right, here's a good opportunity. I'm just gonna stay up all night. Instead of going to bed at 5 a.m., I'll stay up, drink some coffee, and then stay up all day and then reset my sleep schedule. And it was that day where everything flipped again. I felt energized, I felt confident. I was that day after having had no sleep, I went and did Muay Thai. I went to an ice bath, all these things that just the week prior, I was so not motivated to do, have no energy, no desire to do. That really is just all classic symptoms of manic depression, of bipolar type 2. Because I don't get full-on mania. It's not to the point where I'm doing delusional, psychotic things. I don't have a break with reality, but I definitely, if I look back on my life, I have so many moments. About once or twice a year, I'll have a month or 2 or 3 of just hypomania where I'm just so full of energy. I have trouble sleeping a lot. That's why my sleep schedule is always messed up, it seems like, because when I'm in a hypomanic state, then I really have trouble falling asleep. So then my wake up gets pushed out later and later and later. And then if I'm depressed, then I'm just wanting to sleep all day. So neither of those situations am I getting good, consistent sleep. If I just look back at some of the things that I've done, in one episode, I think it was 27 or 28 at the time, is when I decided to open a gym and just had so much energy that I managed to do it all on my own, 2,500 square foot CrossFit gym, all on my own. I was working 5 a.m. until 9 o'clock at night, and I did it. Brand new gym, opened it up myself, 3 months, had 45 members, and then I crashed super, super hard into depression where I was I'm just not gonna go in. I don't care. I'll just let it all fall apart because that's how little energy that I had. And I had to, ended up selling it to some friends at just a massive loss. And it was really a horrible experience that took me years to recover from because I felt like such a failure. Yeah, just looking at my trail experiences, starting out, every trail, I'm so happy, so full of energy, so full of life. And then towards the end of the trails is when I flip over into depression. And I think what I like about trail is even if I am depressed or not hypomanic anymore, I can still continue. It's easy enough, it's simple enough that all I gotta do is pack up and walk. And I think that's part of why I've liked it so much, is because instead of feeling like a failure, like with my gym or these other business endeavors, all these other things that I've started when I've been in like a more manic state and I was full of energy, then when I lose that state, I can't continue anymore. But with the trail, at least I can still continue and I can finish, and I don't feel like like I've just totally failed. So yeah, looking back on my life, I can see this cycle play out over and over and over again. And to be honest, like, it's getting worse. My periods of feeling okay are just getting less and less, and it seems I'm either spending time in a deep depression or in a time of being manic, and there isn't too much steadiness in between. So I've set up an appointment with a psychiatrist out here, and I'm gonna go see if there are, what the treatments are, what the medication options are. Yeah, I really do feel like this can't continue. Like, I'm doing everything. I'm meditating 1 to 2 hours a day. I'm exercising every day. I'm eating well, and still life is such a struggle. So I've tried everything that I can do on my own, and it's not working, and I need to see what other kinds of therapies and help are out there. So I've decided this year I'm just gonna focus it on my health. I'm not gonna do any long hikes. I'm just gonna spend probably most of my time over here in Asia, because there really is an abundance of kind of wellness resources. I found a really cool a temple out near the Burma border on the Thailand side. I'm not going into Myanmar, but it's out between Pai and Mae San. And it's a really cool temple, looks like beautiful nature, and you can just show up and do like a 10, 12, 14, 21 day, however long you want course. And I'm gonna go do that in February. I think I'm gonna go over to Indonesia and do a yoga retreat. That's something I've wanted to really learn for a long time, how to actually do yoga. It's really gonna focus this year on bringing myself to a place where I'm okay. Because that is one thing with thru hikes, they are so disruptive of your life. It feels like, especially if you're doing multiple hikes, it feels like I'm either always on a hike or like recovering and trying to get ready for the next hike. And there is really no stability in that kind of lifestyle, and it makes it pretty chaotic, and it's difficult to find balance in that lifestyle. So yeah, I'll probably try and make a video about once a week, talk about how this kind of health journey is going, talk about mental health, those sorts of topics, because I think it is important. Because I think from an outside observer, you might think my life is just incredible. I get to travel and do whatever I want. But yeah, I still struggle quite a lot. So I want to talk about that and just share the human experience and talk about these struggles that I think we all struggle with, and kind of share what's working for me, what isn't, what's going on. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully I can get a handle on these things and just start putting things out more consistently. That's one part of the deep depression, is I just have zero energy, motivation, desire to work, to do any sort of work. And then that makes me feel even worse. So I'm hopeful that I'm on a good path now, that I can get things sorted through and that I can figure out. So I will keep you all updated.